Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Deckin Around Kickstarter Edition. Today, we're going to be taking a look at any decks that have funded in the past 7 days, any decks new to Kickstarter in the past week, and any decks that are going to be ending their round of funding in the upcoming 7 days. Before we jump into it, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel.
And ring the bell.
Thank you to our sponsors for this episode of Deckin Around Kickstarter Edition. Introducing the Latin Quarter playing cards and gaming chips from McClure and Stark. This ultimate poker player's chipset will turn every poker night into an underground casino night. Make sure to check them out on Kickstarter now.
Marvelous decks, masterfully crafted, meticulously recreated with a specialized printing process that utilizes multiple holographic foils and sculpted embossing. No compromises were made when recreating these feathers at a zoomed-in scale. Pre-sale starts 9/26/2020. Stay tuned for remaining details. MarvelousDecks.com or Marvelous Decks on Instagram.
I gotta say, this was a shockingly light week on Kickstarter, which is something we haven't seen in a long time. In fact, I think this might actually be the lightest week we've had since we started doing these recaps.
Oh, definitely. What is it, like 2 or 3 decks?
So yeah, I think there's a total of 3 new decks this week, and then we're going to throw in a fourth that we missed last week because we felt like it deserved to get seen just like all the rest. So let's jump right into it and see who funded this past week.
Yeah.
Congratulations to the CC Club playing cards from our buddy Aaron
Totally
Fisher.
crushed it.
Yeah, and the Conjuring community. Yeah, $142,000. So well done, Conjuring community. Congratulations to the Big Brother, a custom foiled deck. And congratulations to the in-session playing cards, freshman year, which actually funded last Monday before our last episode aired. But we said to back it then, so I wanted to still give a shout out to Danny here.
Look at that epic image, dude.
That is a very, very nice photograph.
Such a Steve picture.
There you go. And ending this week, we have the Rat King playing cards, the Latin Quarter gaming chips, the Bicycle Old Masters and Vincent's Royals playing cards, the Form Sears collaboration playing cards, and the High Fidelity playing cards, and the Wonder playing cards, and the Tiniest Vampire playing cards.
So cute.
They really are cute. So let's take a look at what is up this week. First up, we have the Divergent Realms playing cards series volume 1. So
Divergent, huh?
yeah, this is an interesting tuck. I mean, it's super colorful. I think anyone who's familiar with the artist on this one, which is Costo Pantazis, I'm sure I said that wrong, but Costa actually did the Primordial decks. So you can tell, once I say that, I'm sure this artwork here for the Divergent Realms looks very familiar, very similar in the face for his court cards that he did in the tuck for that Primordial series. Pretty solid looking campaign so far. Let me just got here. A little bit of a story about the series. Very cool. Love the artwork. And I love how vibrant the colors are. Looks like some nice foil.
Yeah, that blue and silver looks really nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really nicely done. Handcrafted, detailed artwork. Named after Sidney Gottlieb, who is an American chemist and spy master. Interesting. Very interesting.
Cool.
Kind of like that Illuminati-esque background there.
It kind of looks a little like the Artisans.
Yeah, a little bit. I'll agree with you. Yeah, definitely a little bit like the Artisans there. Printed by USPCC. Metallic gold inks on the front and backs of the cards. Foil and embossing on the tuck boxes. Premium playing stock, so it's going to be a non-crushed B stock. Nice. I like that blue.
That's such a nice color.
So good. I have to say, I love this blue background. The black borders there are definitely going to chip pretty quickly.
Yeah, it looks beautiful. If you're not going to touch the deck,
yeah.
Cool. But if you're going to play with it, it's going to get trashed in 2 days.
But it definitely wouldn't have looked as good with the white border. The black border was the right choice.
Right. Is that gilding?
It is gilding, and it
Not.
looks like they both
Yeah.
have a matching gilding, but it looks. I don't know if it's just
Right.
the rendering or the photo, but it kind of looks like a little bit of a matte gilding versus a high shine. Um,
That's nice though.
it does look good. Again, this is where having a gilding that matches is important. I mean, you can see that gilding almost perfectly matches the ink color on the back of the deck. It fits beautifully.
Yeah. Cool.
Looking cards, yeah. Let's see what we got here. Price
Yeah,
wise.
definitely not my style, but really, really cool.
That just like what? Standard
How much?
standard deck,
I
$12.
can't. I can't.
$12
Shipped?
shipped.
What?
Yes.
Dude, crushing it.
Yeah.
Crushing it with those prices.
I mean, you're looking at a fully custom deck with foil and embossing on the tuck for $12. I love when a deck like this just comes out and really sets the standard of what you can do at a reasonable price point. Especially, I wish
Right.
this had been in a week where we had seen 10 other decks with less foil and embossing try and sell for 20.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
This goes to show honestly how much you can really do. I mean, you look at that, yeah, very interesting. 28 for 2, which is interesting because you'd be maybe an early bird here. Early bird discount 25%. Okay, yeah, so even post early bird, $14 shipped.
Yeah, that's cheap.
Yeah, that's super inexpensive for what it is. And it's a good looking deck.
Yeah, I mean that's like $9
Yeah.
per deck.
Yeah. If you factor shipping into the price, yeah, it's $9. That's crazy.
It's crazy.
And
Yeah.
I mean, look at the inside of this tuck too. That is just nice seals.
Yeah, seals.
And here's the whole series planned out there. Gottlieb,
That's cool.
Faraday. This is going to be a fun series for sure. Uncut sheets available. 25,
How much are those guys?
25 pounds for one or both for 40. So you're looking at about. What are you looking at? You're looking at about $33 for one, which fair enough.
I mean, it's not. Is that shipped?
Shipped.
Okay, that's not
Yeah,
bad.
that's really not bad. Like,
Yeah.
especially because you're looking at an uncut with metallic ink on the front. Like, it's not bad.
That's not bad. If that's including shipping, that's definitely not bad.
Yeah.
Shipping itself is like $15 for a sheet.
Yeah.
Gamblers USPCC. Is it Gamblers?
Yep, Gamblers USPCC.
Yep.
The one thing I would say on this
Yeah.
one is put Gamblers farther up towards the front as well. Like duplicate it when you're talking about the campaign as a whole. Just so that it's a little bit earlier in the campaign where you do see who the fulfillment is. I do think it's such an important aspect, and I think a lot more people are concerned with how things are being shipped, especially with the global pandemic going on affecting shipping everywhere. So letting people know that you're going to be using a reliable shipper as early as possible is always key. But this deck is absolutely
Yeah, I mean the campaign's like spot on.
It really
super
is.
cheap, great prices, great images of everything.
This is what I mean. Honestly, this is what images should look like. Like you want to show close up but visible of. That's just perfect.
Yeah, that's great.
Very well done.
Good luck. What's the goal?
Goal is 19,000. No stretch goals though, so that's going to include all four. Well, the 2 decks plus the
right. I'm just saying that's a lot for 2 decks.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Especially at the price that they're advertising the decks at. That's where it's a little.
Well, that's
weird,
because you're probably counting the shipping's getting rolled into the goal there to some extent instead of being factored into the cost of the deck. But yeah, a little bit high, but good luck.
Yeah.
Next up, we have the Mango deck.
Mango Bango.
I like the yellow. I'm not gonna lie; it's an interesting yellow. It's definitely a mango-looking color.
Yeah.
Really low goal, $500. So I'm guessing it's gonna be printed through either small run or through a unknown printer.
Yeah.
Got the story from the jump, Mango deck. Nice pictures. Not necessarily my style, I'll be honest.
Yeah, it's not my style.
I like the color though.
Either. Yeah, it's not bad.
Interesting idea with the collector's box. just seems like a very strange add-on for a collector's box when you have such a low funding goal. Um, eh. Sports are
I mean,
very
it's cool. It's a cool deck if you if it's your style.
eh.
Definitely
$20 shipped.
definitely. How much?
$20 shipped.
Yeah.
And
Ooh, look at
there's
that Photoshop job.
also literally no information as to who's printing it or fulfilling it. So
Yeah.
the three things I would say on this is the price point's definitely too high for what the deck is. Well, four things. The price point's definitely too high for what it is. The goal is too low for what it is. And or at least based on the information provided. Who the printer is would be super helpful because again, that's going to make a difference to someone who's looking to back this potentially. And then who's going to be fulfilling, even if it's yourself. Like, make sure it's visible. Make sure you're saying we are planning on fulfilling this. We've considered the shipping, XYZ.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, cool. It's a cool deck. Like I said, not my style. Definitely a cool deck. Um, I hope they ate all that mango.
I hope so too.
That's it. That's in all that pictures.
A lot of mango.
It is a lot of
These
mango.
little mango smoothies here look delicious, though. Not gonna lie.
They do.
Yeah.
The mango juice doesn't look that delicious, but the smoothies look good.
Yeah.
But yeah, good luck.
Cool. Good luck. Next up, we have the Temple of Eternity playing cards. Look at that, right in the image. And look at that, in the subtitle,
Yeah.
too. This is what I like. Printed by USPCC, fulfilled by Gambler's Warehouse. Temple of Eternity, Gambler's Warehouse, USPCC. Perfect.
Oh, they
Yeah.
literally watched the videos. They're on top of it.
Yeah.
They messaged me and they're like, "What do you think?"
They messaged me
I'm
as
like,
well.
"You guys,
Yeah.
you guys, spot on. Great stuff." They definitely watched and made sure that they had all that information in there for sure.
And I like that, here you go, we're a team of two enthusiasts who recently discovered the world of custom playing cards. Like, they tell the story about them. It's not necessarily just about the deck, but they're drawing you into the idea of connecting with them on a personal level as well, which I think is a great play. Features printed by USPCC, fulfilled by Gamblers, Premium B, talks about everything you need right from the jump.
Great shots,
Definitely good shots.
good renders.
The
Yeah,
interesting. I like the color choices. I can't tell if it's just the render or what, but the red there almost looks like kind of an orangey red versus a
yeah. It
traditional
does. It
red.
does look like an orange.
Yeah, which I think that's the case. I really like that that contrast between the blue and the red there, or the orangey red. Looks amazing.
Yeah, I mean that blue is so nice.
It really is. Has their
Yeah.
social media on it. Awesomely done.
How much is it?
17 shipped.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Crushed it.
I don't know yet.
What's the goal?
Yeah, and look at they had some crazy early birds too. So
Yeah.
good on them. Cool. Yeah, that's the one thing I actually would say here is on the early bird, on this one here with the super early collector special. My guess is that no one backed it because the uncut sheets, tough draw. I'd say a handful of people
Yeah.
like uncut sheets. I'm always leery when people add them into a tier. I think you have better acceptance of a tier when you have them as an add-on that people can add if they want them. It would have been interesting to
Yeah,
see.
because most people aren't going to hang them up.
Yeah, it would have been interesting to see a different super early bird collector there, so that like whether it would be two decks or whatever it ends up being. I think early adventurer was 3 decks, so a single deck by itself as an early bird probably would have gotten a little more traction than this one here. The goal was 5,805, perfectly in line with where it should be for what the deck is. So,
yeah, sounds like a 1,000 run or something,
Yeah, very nicely done.
Yeah, good. Yeah, good for them.
Yeah, good luck on the campaign. And last up this week, we have the Moon and More deck of cards with different constellations and phases on each card. So we have. I love decks of cards. So do we.
So do
I mean,
we.
listen, I'm not gonna lie. That's a great opening line. You're immediately having a bunch of people being like, "I love decks of cards too." Apparently too many that don't have me. I love the active shuffling cards. So the one thing I would say here is a lot more information. You love decks of cards. You probably are familiar with the community as a whole. Printed on linen cardstock, put in custom cardboard boxes with foil stamping. Pictures of the tucks would have gone a long way. I definitely would have reached out somewhere to get some renders done for the cards instead of these like very uh, early stage drawings.
Flat.
Yeah, they're very
Yeah, they're
flat. They
flat.
don't incite a lot of
It's not even
emotion.
all the. It's not even all the cards either.
Yeah,
Like the images should be side by side in a more presentable way. Um,
and
you
yeah,
know,
who's printing it would be a big one there. Who's gonna be
what's the goal?
uh $4,000? A lot. That's a lot
Yeah,
for very little information there. The one thing I
right.
do one of the biggest challenges I faced while creating this project was finding a printing company that's environmentally friendly and prints good reusable cards. Done. So they're printing with makeplayingcards.com. Um,
Interesting.
yeah. So I think
How much? How much is a deck?
it's gonna be like 20 something, $21.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Or see, and this doesn't make sense either. So get the Moon and More card deck and booklet and pay shipping, $21. Or get the Moon and More card deck and booklet set with free shipping for $20.
What?
Yeah. Like you have two duplicate tiers where one costs more and it makes no sense. I would definitely rethink the tiers on this. I like the premise of this deck. I'd love to see a well done Moon Phase and Constellation deck. But at that goal point, I'd expect USPCC. I'd expect a lot more information, and I expect this to just be much more put together. I think
Yeah, definitely got to take it back to the drawing board and put a little more effort into it and do some more research so you know what you have to put on there. Make sure your tiers are correct. Make sure they make sense.
also,
There's definitely other printing companies that are better than Make Playing Cards. You have USPCC, you have Carabondi, you have Hanson Shed. There's a lot that use environmentally friendly inks and stuff like that.
yeah,
So they're out there and they're cheap
yeah.
and
So I'd
yeah.
say bring this one back to the drawing board 100%. Really put some effort into getting some renders done for the cards, pictures of the tuck. Everything too much is left up to the imagination here, and I think when people want to back a project, they want to know they're backing something that's been thought through, that just has that one last hurdle to get finished. The other one too I'll say on this is, as a first time creator, I don't necessarily think a signed tier is worthwhile unless you have a major following. I don't necessarily think that people are going to be interested in a signed deck. That's just personally me, and I actually do like signed decks from some of my favorite creators. I know Steve has a different opinion on signed decks, so that tier in his book could probably go either way. But if you have a large following, like, sure, people may want it signed. That being said, from what I'm seeing already on this campaign, 9 days, 7 backers, $158 in, probably not a tier that's going to get utilized a lot. What I would say though is this is a great first attempt at a deck. I think there's a lot that needs to be done before this is campaign ready, but I think you have a great idea, so you should definitely run with it. But figure out what you need to
Yeah,
do
I mean,
here.
check out the other constellation decks. There are other ones out there. The bicycle one. They're there. You look at see what's how they're designed, and kind of go from there. That way, you're not kind of copying someone's idea, and you're obviously yours is a little different, but it might give you a little more creative inspiration.
Yeah. Well, good luck to you. Again, if it doesn't fund, go back to the drawing board. It's a good idea behind it. You just got to get a lot more information on that campaign. So,
Word.
Steve, what decks are you back in this
Word,
week?
Tyler,
I know
word.
there's so many choices, but what decks are you back in? I don't want to overwhelm you here.
I would back that first deck,
Divergent Realms.
the Divergent. I mean, it's not my style, but
At
it's
that,
it's a cool
it
deck.
isn't at that
I mean,
price point.
I'd
Yeah.
probably I'm gonna be honest. I'd back if they were my style. I would back all three of them today. Not the Moon one, but the other three are not bad.
Okay.
Um,
I definitely dig Temple of Eternity. I dig the Divergent Realms. The Mango deck, I like the premise. I want to know more information though, like who's printing it, things like that.
Yeah,
that would ultimately sway my decision there. I think the price point's a little high without knowing that information. I think the price point's high for what the deck is either way. If it was a couple dollars cheaper, I'd 100% be on board though.
yeah. No, I mean, I think these three decks are not bad looking.
Yeah.
I think they're cool. They're backable for me. They're not my style, so I won't back them. But I think they're done very well. The
Nice.
three decks. I think they did their homework. Their stuff's nice.
Yeah. Without a
Yeah.
doubt. Well, thanks everyone for checking out this week's episode of Deckin Around Kickstarter Edition. Before we jump off here, a quick word from our sponsors. Introducing the Latin Quarter playing cards and gaming chips from McClure and Stark. This ultimate poker player's chipset will turn every poker night into an underground casino night. Make sure to check them out on Kickstarter now.
Marvelous decks, masterfully crafted, meticulously recreated with a specialized printing process that utilizes multiple holographic foils and sculpted embossing. No compromises were made when recreating these feathers at a zoomed in scale. Pre-sale starts 9/26/2020. Stay tuned for remaining details. MarvelousDecks.com or Marvelous Decks on Instagram.
And thank you so much. If you haven't liked the video yet, make sure to do so and subscribe to the channel. We drop these videos every Monday. Feel free to reach out to us on Instagram and drop a comment below and let us know what you're going to be backing this week.
Peace.